for staying on this channel. This is Law School Made Easy at Law School Made Easy 256. We thank you and we ask you to always subscribe, like, and share our videos. My name is Walter, and today we are going to go through the intentions to create legal bounds. What do we mean by the intentions to create legal bounds? In our previous lessons, we have discussed the offer and acceptance and consideration as serious elements that form a contract. But we are saying, as you form a contract, you must show that you intended to create legal relations, that you intended courts to enforce. Courts cannot come and look for you to enforce a program that a contract that you signed and you never intended. So we have social contracts, we have domestic contracts, where people must show that they intended for courts to come and intervene. Now, intention to create legal bounds simply means that you are serious about the repercussions, about the consequences of the agreement that you signed. I want to take an example. If I promise Sumaya that I'm going to take her to Java's to have a cup of tea, and she prepares, she drives her car, she reaches Java's, and I don't turn up, I don't show up, I switch off my phones, is Sumaya, will she be able to proceed to court? Will she have a case to answer? Will it be possible? No, she cannot succeed, because in our dealings we do not intend for courts to come to our rescue. So what is important is that we must show that we want courts to come and intervene. Let's take a case of Balfa versus Balfa. In Balfa versus Balfa, a man who lived in Sri Lanka took his wife to England for medical checkup. Now, on return, he promised that he would give his wife about, I think, $200 as upkeep allowance to keep her while she stayed in England. On defaulting and not paying, Mrs. Balfa, the woman, decided to go and sue. But courts held that she could not succeed simply because in their dealings, woman and man, husband relationship, you do not intend to be legally bounding. Those are relationship between man and woman. Courts cannot intervene. However, in a similar case, Merit versus Merit, Merit promised his wife that the house they had was under mortgage. It was under rent. So they met in the man's car, Mrs. Merit and Merit. When they met in the man's car, the man promised that if the woman continues to pay the bank loan, it simply meant that after the man would sign the transfer forms to the woman to own the house. But eventually, when the woman succeeded to pay the loan which was on the house, the man refused. But before the woman left the man's car, the woman forced the man to sign, asked him to sign as commitment. So in this case, it was held that the woman would succeed because the man had signed, that in their dealing there was an intention to create legal bounds. By the man signing, it showed that he was committed, he was ready for the consequences of the agreement. So in intention to create legal bounds, the most important we need is that you must show courts that we are ready for courts to come in when we have an issue. So much as you have offer, you have an acceptance, you have consideration, but when your intentions are not clear, whether you want to be legally bound, then that means that courts shall not come. But where you are clear, like in the Merit versus Merit, the man signed as confirmation that he would at all costs be bound by this agreement, and indeed he was bound by the agreement. So that is what we mean by intention to create legal bounds. You must show it. Courts cannot come and look for you and tell you now, we want to take you to courts of law because of the contract you signed. You must have showed it. So in our subsequent a video about intentions to create legal bound. We shall look at Jones versus Padavaton, that woman and the daughter, and then Petit, and then we shall go to commercial contracts. We thank you so much for watching this channel. Subscribe, share, and like our video. That is Law School Made Easy at Law School Made Easy 256. Thank you so much.